issues with my other side of the family, my father's side of the family. And so what happened was my mom and my dad were young parents. And so they both were 16 years old. And so they ended up getting pregnant with me. So as being young parents, my father disowned me. He did not claim me. He said I wasn't his kid. He basically left my mom with a kid while being a kid. His family did not help at all. And so, but my mom, she was able to still finish school because she was 16 years old, guys. So there was a lot of things that went on with them. And one thing that my father was, he was a young alcoholic, basically. He used to drink a lot. And so when he would try to come and see me, it was always conflict, always issues going on. And so it got to the point where I basically, my other side of the family knew who I was and where I was. But as time went on, my mom, they moved on with their life. So then my mom has a childhood guy and they ended up getting together. And so when I was about 9 months old, he stepped in and he was 17. So now I have a 16 and a 17-year-old being my parents, you know? And so at this time, so now, as time go on, they get married, you know, and he became my dad, and he's still my daddy to this day. And if daddy watching, hey daddy. And so, you know, time went on, you know, moving around, and this family has not reached out about me. You get what I'm saying? So as time went on, I did know for years that my daddy now was my daddy, but he always said it was something I wanted to tell you, but I never got a chance because I was so rebellious, y'all. I was so bad. Y'all, I was bad. I was sneaking out the house. I got caught up with this dude who left me with 2 kids. Like, it was just so much. That's later in the life. But at the time when I was younger, I was just doing the entire most. And so they was like, he wanted to tell me something, but I never was like, it was never a right time because it was always something going on. So one day as time go on, like I said, now here I am getting pregnant. And then, you know, I'm going through with my baby daddy, who was a high school sweetheart at that time. But I'm going through with him. And now fast forward, it's my 21st birthday. So now, thank you for the heart me. So on my 21st birthday, I'm with my friend. And we're at the grocery store. For those that are here in Chi-Town, I was on 71st and Jeffrey when it was Dominic's. And it was my 21st birthday. And I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to pick me up something to little sip on. I go and I pick up a little Arbor Mist bottle. I'm like, you know, this is a little something, just a little taste. I'm 21. I don't know nothing about no drinks. So I'm in the liquor aisle. Mine never told you I was in the liquor aisle. Okay. I was in the liquor aisle, y'all. And this lady walked up to me. And she's like, oh my God, you look just like my niece. You look just like my niece. And I'm like, okay. Crazy lady. She come on and tell me I look like her niece. She was like, oh my God, you look just like my niece. I'm like, okay. Yeah. She was like, is your name Cassie? And I said, yeah. She was like, Cassie Reed. And I said, yeah. She was like, oh my God, we found you. I'm like, found me? She was like, and today is your birthday. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. And she said, you lived on blah, 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 blah street. And I said, hey, wait a minute now. Don't nobody know that address. Keep in mind, I just told y'all an address. I'm like, wait. Don't nobody know that address. What is she talking about? And she was like, I'm your, she was like, I'm your daddy's sister. And I said, she said, I'm your daddy's sister. I said, no, I met all my daddy's sisters. She said, that ain't your daddy. I said, what? Then my friend looked at me. She like, daddy ain't daddy? I said, girl, I don't know what this lady's talking about. Then she started naming my mama, my grandma, my uncles. And y'all hear all that, right? You hear all that, right? Oh, okay. So I'm like, oh my gosh. She was like, we found you. I'm like, what in the world is going on here? So I'm checking out, and I'm in checkout like, okay, some cameras finna come out of nowhere. People finna be like, happy birthday to you. We got you. I'm thinking they finna say something in that nature. Everybody's still checking out and minding their business. I'm like, okay. So I step outside, and she's handing me a phone now. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, hello? He was like, oh my God, this is so unreal. I can't believe we found you. And I just immediately just started crying because I'm like, what is going on? And so I just had my baby. This was on my birthday. So Alicia was born July, August. So she was like a couple weeks old. And so I'm on the bus. You know, the struggle was real. I was on the bus. And so I get home. Because, you know, around that time, sis was struggling. I rarely had a cell phone. You know, I didn't have a car. I wasn't even working. But I had just graduated from medical records school with the Jordan Evans Institute. And that's in Chicago. And so I'm like, okay, I'm still looking for a job or whatever. But then I get home, call my mom. I was like... I said, Ma. She hung up. I was like, somebody gonna answer me today. So then I called back. And then I said, he talking about he my father. This lady told me this, and the third, yada, yada, yada. And she said, yeah, it's true. And she said, we just didn't know when to tell you and how to tell you, but we left it, you know, to the Lord. And so it was like, in a way, I'm glad it came out that way. As looking back over, 15 years later after this situation, I can honestly say I'm glad the way everything went down the way that it did. I'm gonna just say that. Now that you can look back over your life and you be like, I'm glad it went down the way that it did. My mom's telling me, it was 3 things my mom said. And I said, okay. I said, Ma, I said, I don't blame you for any of that. I said, I'm currently going through baby daddy drama issues right now. So whatever y'all had to do, wherever y'all is, it is what it was. You feel what I'm saying? And so I'm talking to now my father, because now he calls me back the same day. Everything that my mom said happened, he literally word from word said the opposite. I never denied you. I never did. I never. So I'm looking like, and so I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm like, it is what it is. So finally I meet him, and when I meet him, he comes with these kids. So these kids are now my siblings. I'm like, whoa. So it was 1, 2, 3 siblings. One was just born. Another one was just born. I was like, whoa, I got all these siblings now. Like instant siblings. They all knew about me. Everybody knew about me. I'm like, wow. So, everybody knows about me. He tatted my name on his arm. I'm like, okay. But it's just so weird to me that if I was so missing, but you knew my address. And we was living there for a while. Like, you knew everybody in my family. But I was missing. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't understand. So I just said, whatever. So I tried to move past it. It wasn't that I forgave him. It was just like, I moved past it. I was like, okay, well, let's just pick up from where we are. So now we picking up from where we are. And I introduced him to my kids. Because at that time, my kid's father, I had learned during that time when I was pregnant with my daughter, he had got somebody else pregnant as well. So both of me and my kid's father's daughter are 21 days apart. So when my mom was explaining to me what happened with her and my father, I was like, I already understand the drama that could have went on back then, because I'm in the drama I'm in with mine right now. So I can only imagine what the drama that she had to go through with my father. He was like, maybe about a couple months later, he's like, can I come stay with you? Because I'm finna be getting, I guess, kicked up out of my apartment or whatever. I'm like, stay with me? Like, I just kicked my kid's father and his mama on out this place, and we're done with them living over here, and you want to come stay with me? I'm like, I don't really know you. And I was like, let me ask my mama. Because y'all know we got to ask mama if it's okay what you think about this. She said, no, he ain't finna stay with you. So I called him up. My mama said no. He like, you grown, you 21, you da-da-da-da. I'm like, well, my mom said no. So it's no. So he got mad with me. So this is the first time he's getting upset with me about me not letting him stay at my house. But he just didn't want to just stay at my house. He wanted his girlfriend to stay with him in my house. I said, what? So you want your girlfriend too to stay at my house? I had just gotten a fight with my kid's father's baby mama. It was so much I went through, and yet you want to come stay with me too with your girlfriend. Because I don't want